coming back to him. So he's going to be on the side, but I'm going to find a way to chase this one away by all means necessary. Even if I'm going to throw this woman on from the 6th floor to the, you see, so that is going to take personal journey of self-awareness, of emotional intelligence, of self-reflection, of knowing that you by yourself on your own, not only that you are enough, you have emotion that you have to be responsible for.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot be careless with your emotion out here. And again, if me speaking today is not me, if you asked me this 10 years ago, this is not going to be my answer.
That's what I wanted to get to, actually.
Yeah, that would not be my answer, because I have grown over the years to where I am speaking like this today. Because believe it or not, I was that wife, fighting every side chick that's blinking to my husband. Like, why are you blinking? Why are you looking at my husband? Doing nothing to the husband who is disrespecting me left and right and center. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I was that wife. And I think I was doing what I was doing because I felt like I hold the title.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? That's because I feel like I hold the title. I'm a wife.
Yeah.
I'm a wife. And I remember I called one of his, God knows how many side chicks that he had. I called one of them and I cursed this lady out, Madam Speaker. I cursed it. So, and the reason why I did that, imagine if I had the access to her. Imagine, like if I can get physical access to her, how far I would have gone, you know?
So with that,
I don't know, I'm just saying.
With that being said, right? Tima, what you are now saying is that at some point you were a danger as well. Potentially you could have landed in prison because of the state of mind that you were in, where you felt that because you are married to this guy, you are entitled to him. He's yours. Meaning that anybody who comes anywhere near him, depending on how close that person is, God forbid, we thank God that nothing of that nature happened. But because you felt that you were entitled to this man, you would have even harmed anybody who came anywhere near this man, which goes back to what my concern is, to say we as women, we are incriminating each other because of men, especially when it comes to things like infidelity. And at the end of the day, you get arrested. This man continues with his life with the same people.
And I go to jail, and he's going to continue with his life. He won't even feel sorry about it.
He won't.
And he won't even sorry for me. You see what I mean? And that is I encourage every woman. You see, as women, first of all, we need to look at ourselves, right? If somebody, because everybody have triggers. There are some things that's gonna get you upset, especially when you are romantically involved with somebody else, right? And so you feel like, because that can come with territorial power, right? Like something like they wanna snatch your mind, like go somewhere else. Why you have to have mine, right?
Yeah.
There's a button that somebody is gonna press of you that is gonna make you do what you would never imagine in your life that you would do, right? My self-awareness has come with when I ask myself, why do I have that button to begin with? Why do I have that button that somebody can press very easily that's going to make me go out of my character? Yeah? So I went into this life journey trying to figure out why that button was there. And I was able to recognize what the button is all about. I was able to recognize how that button got there. I take care of that button, meaning that you can play all your foolishness all day long, man, sir. You will never have a button on me that you're going to press. That's going to make me go out of my character just because now I see you are sleeping with my husband. You, my husband, both of you, I'm going to release you into the universe. Go out and enjoy your life. Because again, I do not have that button anymore.
Yeah.
You cannot make me fight over a man that is so useless that he is not even self-trusted to begin with. He is not even keeping himself safe. So how am I gonna expect him to keep me safe?
The funny thing, the funny thing about this whole thing, Tima, is that just by you availing yourself and entertaining this whole thing, for some reason, like, okay, let's switch it around. A man, you cheat on a guy, right? and this guy comes and causes a sin and wants to attack the other guy that you are cheating with, will your respect for that man, your husband, will your respect for your husband go up or down when he now comes to attack the guy that you are cheating with? Because for some reason you lose all respect, but it's just that they're not going to tell you. You lose all respect by just trying to like, you are literally just deducing yourself to a mosquito just by you trying to just avail yourself for that, because then it says that your dignity is out the window. And if you can't respect yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you?
Madam Speaker, guy.
Hello, my darling. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yo, ke thabile hore ka ba ka kena. Ke like request ma sa khone again.
Welcome, my darling. Do you want to share with us your story, or do you have, what is your thought on the topic at hand?
Ke dumelana le ourself William Pile ne. Haholo hape e tla ile go batswadi ne batswadi ba rona ba na le ntwane ya hore ska dumella satane. Ho na le video ke leng wa poster and we were all sarcastic under the comment section hore ska ba dumella satane a le kene ka dipakeng. Batswadi ba rona le bona ke bona ba re dielang ho ntwane ya hore do not see the man at fault, but to see the other woman at fault. That's why who tweaking married women have dangerous prayers. You are praying about me interfering in your marriage, but you're not calling out the person who fetched me wherever I was, and I
yeah.
As women, the day we're gonna learn to hold men accountable.
You know what I think the problem is when I'm poor. And I'm poor, you know, my in-laws from Kenya don't understand you, and then when now you are discriminating against my in-laws. So sharp, you don't want me to get married. That's why you are speaking in a language that only I can understand and not my in-laws. Right. So my in-law is sitting there, and you don't want to. You are excluding her. I'm poor. You are not how sharp. I'm trying to get married here. So, kind of, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I even forgot what I wanted to say. Wait. I lost my trail of thoughts, guys. You see, my in-laws are making me dizzy.
It's okay. Sorry.
But
it's okay.
So Mpone, the thing that I wanted to say is that you see, when it comes to this thing of not wanting to hold men accountable, this is the biggest. Okay, let me just accept. I don't know how I set up these cameras today, but it's a bit of a challenge for me to accept people who are requesting. The reason why we don't want to hold men accountable is because we are in denial. You understand what I mean? The minute you hold a man accountable, you are not ready for the reality. And the reality is that he's not serious about you. Because if he was serious about you, he was not going to be disrespecting you. You are not ready to hear that. That's why in most cases, you will hear them saying, are you sure you want to hear the truth? Or you are just saying the truth will set you free because you think the truth is just that simple. That's why they would lie to you and not tell you the truth about the fact that they've cheated on you and they've made a baby. They feel like it's better for them to keep that truth from you because even you are not ready to hear that truth. That's why even when they do something which is like tarnishing to your name or your image, or they just embarrass you, you would not want to hold them accountable because you're not ready for the truth, which is the fact that this person is disrespecting you. So when it comes to holding men accountable, it goes hand in hand with the acceptance of the reality. And that's the one thing that we're not ready for. There's a prayer, or there's a verse that says, let your will be done. Let your will be done. A very dangerous prayer. Because when you say, let your will be done, the will might not even be anything close to what your heart desires. So a lot of us don't want to pray the prayer, let your will be done, because what if you are not ready? What if you don't have that strength or that material, that strong material to actually hold on to yourself when the will is actually being done? So because we're in denial, because we are delulu most of the times, we'd rather focus on like attacking the other woman because it makes it easy for us. It's like a scapegoat, the easy way out. Because then if we are attacking the other woman, we don't have to deal with the reality that we don't have to deal with the reality that this man doesn't take me seriously. This man does not respect me. This man, literally, I'm the one that is pushing this relationship. You get what I mean? I was having a conversation with a friend earlier on. I was like, friend, in most cases, men stand in one position in relationships. Like men stand in one position. He stands here. You as the woman, you will be running around after him like this. whoever that decides to take him seriously and you start calling him consistently, you start going to cook for him in his house, then you're gonna be the rechte. You picked yourself to be the rechte because you picked to do things for him and go an extra mile. Whereas Yena, the whole time, he's standing in one position. He's waiting for a woman who's gonna accept him for who he is.
Madam Speaker, you just see, you are hitting everything, hitting the nail on the head. Yes. I said something here a long time ago that when men are dating women, right, they go from 0 to 100. They never start from the top. They always start from the bottom. Because the amount of quality that you show and it's kind of resonate with them, then they're going to be adding that value 1, 2, 3 until they get to the top where they think, okay, I think you will be the perfect person or at least good enough for me to pick, right? When women get into relationship and speaker, we start from 100.
Right.
We don't even check anything. We don't even, we see what we like and we say, yep, I like him. And that is all it takes. So we don't check, we are not going to check his character. We don't check where he come from. We don't check who his mother, the father. We don't even check his emotional intelligence. We don't check how consistently he is. If he's self-managed, if he can self-manage himself, if he's self-aware, is he does he have social awareness? Can he have the ability to even manage a relationship? We know nothing about all of those things. Yet, we give them 100 and we start from 100 with them. Like, this is my man, this is my man, this is my man. And then, when time comes, and then like you said, we keep revolving around them. They stay in one spot where we met them. They never move an inch. We, the woman, we keep revolving. And then you see somebody, you realize, oh, they have another person on the side. You be the one to fight them, not them fighting them. You see what I mean? And have you seen when you see couple walking around, it's sickening. When you see couple walking around, and maybe even if it's a joke, like another woman come to a man, you will never see a man shush the woman away. Never. This is the woman that will shush another. When I see that, like, so you standing there, another woman come to disrespect, because if I'm with a man, and a man come to me, I wouldn't even give me a clue to even talk to me or to look at me. That is my responsibility as a woman. You will never see her do that. Men, somebody will come and rub their hand while they are still holding another woman's hand or say something. It is the woman that will fight that woman. The man will never say peep a thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we have to do to kind of switch that. And we the generation now that we are raising the new generation, we have a responsibility to raise our children in such a way that they see themselves as an individual and not having to attach their life to somebody else, to a man. We really need to continue work on that. But you're right.
I hear you, my sis. I hear you, and I totally agree with you. For those who are only coming in now and asking, well, what is the topic about? We've decided that the topic is going to be about how we as women end up incriminating ourselves trying to fight for men, right? And also, we didn't do the intro, so let's do that. It's never too late. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. You are on Losing in Love podcast with Madam Speaker. It's not a Thursday today, but we are here because, wow, we can never run out of topics when it comes to these Mjolo things. You understand? But anyway, today we are talking about this issue of women incriminating themselves, right? For example, the episode that we're going to be airing tomorrow, which is going to be on Sunday, it's a topic of it's an episode on a woman who was thrown from the 6th floor to the ground by another woman. So what happened was that she was in a relationship with a guy. She didn't know that the guy was in a relationship with another woman. And this one fateful night, they came back from Groove. They were sleeping at night. And this other woman actually had the key to the flat. They got in there. It was the friend, it was the other woman and the friend. They came together, so it was 2 women. They get in there, they start fighting this girl. The man is also there, the one who is cheating with, the one who is dating the 2 of them. They start fighting this girl, they attack her, they start boiling water. I actually put a short video here, it's there somewhere. I've put it there so that you guys can know the episode that's coming on Sunday. And then after boiling the water, wanting to burn her because they're calling her a home wrecker. Remember, she's wrecking a home that she didn't even know that had an owner. You get what I mean? And then after that, they opened the window and they pushed her from the 6th floor to the ground. She's amputated. She was declared paralyzed. By the grace of God, she's walking. And yeah, it's a hectic story that happened. And the woman obviously ended up behind bars, and the guy moved on with his life. So now my thing is, because the first question that I asked was, why didn't these people push the guy? Why didn't they burn the guy with the water? Because he's the one that actually caused all of these problems. He's the one who's wrecking his so-called home by dating other people. Now as women, we have to end up incriminating ourselves because of men. And Dima was saying earlier on that she used to be very territorial and entitled to the fact that she's the one who holds the title of being the wife, to a point where she would be casting out her husband's side chicks. Meaning that had she been anywhere near the side chicks, she probably would have done something that could have ended up incriminating her. And as much as we don't have statistics of how many women are in jail with something to do with a man, we know stories of women who are in prison because they were doing a fraud for a man, because they were doing drug trafficking, because they were dating the drug lord. So literally, they stabbed a man. You get what I mean? So literally, besides all these other things that women can actually do, if you were to check, for them to be in prison to begin with, it has to have something to do with umjolo. It has to have something to do with indoda. So that's what we're talking about today, to say, how do we reverse all of that, guys, to get to a point where we don't have to incriminate ourselves? Because at the end of the day, the same man that you're trying to incriminate yourself for because you think you hold the title, when you've already done the crime and you have to do the time, this man is going to move on with his life and he's not even going to come and check up on you in prison. So basically, that's what we're talking about today.
Honestly, for you to get to that, it will be a very long way. It's not something that can happen overnight. Remember, most people are in denial, like you said, are in denial of having to face the truth. For the man is the problem in this case, and obviously, so you wouldn't really point out this is where you went wrong. You will only shield the man because you still want him next to a curve, but the other woman will always be the devil. Hence we're making jokes in your comment section saying, let's pray for the devil to leave our marriage. You can't lose a marriage because I had 1 or 2 babies outside our marriage. And it becomes so like we are clowns. I would say that. We are clowns as women sometimes when it comes to men.
And for some reason, Mpone, that the saddest thing about this whole thing, it doesn't care a damn. It doesn't give a damn how many degrees you have, how educated you are. We are still stupid, even with our degrees as women. And you will be made to be a fool by a man who doesn't even have metric. That's how powerful. I don't know. Maybe it's the power of the D. I don't know.
Maybe it's vitamin D.
But sometimes it takes experience for you to. We never experience things that will not be reversible. Or in some people, that their experience, they go from just being an innocent person all their life, and then boom, before they know, they find themselves in jail. And even if you find yourself in jail, you still have hope if you don't find yourself 6 feet under the ground. Okay. So again, sometimes it takes experience for people to kind of realize or to kind of awaken to what the reality of what part of me that make it okay. Like when this man is cheating on me, my anger is gonna be with the person that is cheating with. Why? So you ask yourself. It's a question, and if you can answer that question, I promise you'll be able to. The fact that you are self-aware enough to ask yourself that question, your problem is 50% solved.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. It takes experience and self-introspection. Like when something happens over and over again, you start thinking to yourself, are they really the problem or am I the problem? It takes experience, Vela, to kind of like look within you and realize, okay, I'm the one who's wasting my time here. I understand. If you can check name, as Madam Speaker would always say sometimes, okay, they call her a bitter divorcee. Linda, when I started started knowing about her, I didn't like her content. I felt like she's not in supportive of love and so on and so forth. But the more I listened and learned, that's when I realized what she's actually eye-opening. She's actually opening our eyes as women to say, take care of you first before on a pedestal, while when we see which is something most women are yet to learn. And like it happens slowly, step by step. It will take a very long time, but Harry came as we will all learn what was taking Harry behem pele, but never
You know,
because I tell you, like Madam Speaker said, you could be a manager of a very big company, but when it comes to a man, you are no different from a kid who's still in a kindergarten.
True.
I'll say that for free.
You know, my concern right now, right? Okay, Dima, you may go ahead.
No, I was going to say, saying all of that are women who get it. There are women who they have the ability to learn, like once they learn from other people's experience, and they will use that as a turning point for themselves. There are women that have high level of self-awareness like that. They don't. It doesn't have to happen to them. Once they see it happen to somebody else, they will use that as a lesson. Like, no, I won't do that, and they stay on business, right? There are women like that. We cannot, but majority of women, will learn from their own personal mistake that they make, and then they turn it around. Now, telling my story of how I used to be and how I become to be who I am today, right? It came from the experience that happened to me. And because that experience happened to me, I was able to evaluate what it is, what is my role in all of this, right? And then the new me, first of all, I'm not looking for a man. If you're looking for me, good luck, okay? But again, even if you're looking for me and you find me, sir, you find me, I'm coming with a new level of awareness, knowing my expectation is managed, knowing that I'm dealing with someone who is has the tendency that it might go left or it might go right. Either way you go, it's not going to be heartbroken for me, right? And if you end up showing up as you show up correctly for me and I show up correctly for you, it's not going to be like, what is this? Because all along I've been managing my expectation about you, and I hope you do the same thing about me, right? Again, if you experience something once, it's a lesson. You need to ask yourself, why is it that why this person is so comfortable to do this to me? What part of me make him comfortable to think he can run around and play on my face? Those are the questions as a woman you need to ask yourself, and that will help you really, 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 and actually save you years of trauma that you don't have to deal with. Probably it's gonna save you the damage that you're gonna keep doing to yourself because you are busy fighting the other demons instead of the original demon that you are sleeping with.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
You know, my biggest concern, Dima, like I was saying, I'm glad I didn't lose my trail of thoughts there, is that we are speaking about how, and this concerns me a lot in a lot of things that we talk about. This is probably one of the reasons why, Mpo, this is one of the reasons why it doesn't bother me for people to call me names because of the type of content that I create, because for as long as this thing is in my heart and it's burning, I cannot stop speaking. And that concern is that, Tima, we had to go through stuff and have experience for us to start unlearning certain things and relearning other things for us to be where we are. I don't wish this for our kids. I don't wish this for my daughter. I don't wish for my child to have her fingers burnt first for her to now start learning about self-love, to now start learning about decentering men and putting herself first. Like, where do we get to a point where that's the scary part? That's what scares me. That's why you see me speaking and I will not stop until the day I die. Because for me, I feel like we can't have history repeating itself. I am so not proud of our parents. Our parents did us dirty, but it's fine. They have their own reasons. They did us dirty because when we asked them about the challenges of life and the challenges of marriage, they say to us, that's how marriage is like. And in our culture, Tima, I don't know if whether you have that in your culture, but in our culture, we have this thing of saying before you go to your in-laws or before you go to your matrimonial home, they have to sit you down and give you the rules and tell you what to do when you get there. And all these things that they're teaching you is just how to endure hardship and nonsense, right? But now when you actually see the things that are happening, what it's like labor pains. They never tell you what to expect. And then only after you've had a baby that they've been saying, have a baby, we want a grandchild. Only when you come back from the maternity ward and you had to push that baby, you're like, why didn't you tell me about this? They'll be like, no, that's just how it's like. So they did us dirty because they never tell us when we are getting in there. They only tell us when we come back to say that's how it's like. That's why these people, Tima, when we get married, they cry because they know the type of stuff that we're going to have to be facing, and it's stuff that they endured, but we don't have the same endurance.
And yeah, you can go ahead.
I'm gonna say, like again, the past the generation that raised us, we current generation, we are doing better than what they were doing in their time, right? I like to think that we the parents now, we kind of woke, to all this whatever relationship thing, right? And then I'm saying that me now as a mother, I have two girls, right? Again, I am not raising none of my girls. First of all, when it comes to like, just know one day you're gonna get married, yeah? I ain't raising any of my children like that, okay? Because I don't know if they're gonna choose to be married or not. I want to give them the freedom of themselves. Like whatever you choose that you're gonna do when you get to that point, I want you to really think about it and ask yourself why I want to do this. Yeah, that is the mindset that I'm raising my children with. I want you to ask questions. If you get into a relationship and you get to the point that you want to marry this guy, ask yourself, why do I want to marry this guy? And let the guy answer you, and let the guy ask you why you want to marry him, and you better have the answer why you want to tie your life to this person. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of men who want wife. Most men want wife, but they don't want to be husband. Okay, so you want a man. If you're gonna be with a man, you want a man who want to be husband, not just want a wife. It's not enough. Like, oh, I want a wife. You can't want a wife all day. You want to be husband. Okay, I want a husband. That's not enough. Do you want to be a wife? Yeah. Okay. So we have to really get in there and give our children the freedom of, it's gonna be your choice. You will never hear from me as your mother to say, when are you bringing your husband? You will never hear me asking you that. It's a promise I'm making to myself. I don't want to ask my girls, when are you gonna bring your husband? I will never.
Because the pressure starts from home. Like our parents are doing us dirty, bruh. Like the pressure starts from home. By the time we get to the streets and people are laughing at us for being way off age and we've passed the age of getting married, it starts from home. They'll be asking you from home, when are you getting married? We see you doing well. You've got this education. You've got this and that. When are you bringing a husband? And if you can't get that protection from home to say, even if I don't want a husband, even if you don't want a husband, we love you and we accept you the way you are. What about when you step outside? Because that's where we mess it up, Tima, because we go get these husbands because the pressure starts from home. So if we can create that safe space for our children to say, listen, do you want to have a husband? Okay, cool. Do you not want to have a husband? Okay, great. Let's just be happy. Then they would be able to withstand whatever that's happening out there, so that at least they know that when they're at home, they're protected, and we're going to be instilling that in them, that they can be able to stand up for themselves.
As I said, parents they contribute to that because there's that thing when you go home and complain that my husband is doing this and that and that and that. Instead of your mother saying, you go ahead and choose yourself, you can do better than this and what. Now you want to, what will people say? Now you want to impress the devil. So we say, that's what they want to see. They want to see you giving up and like leaving your marriage and what. They will never advise you to choose yourself.
My sister, I recently spoke to somebody that was so stranded because she didn't have support from her family. And every time when she runs to her mother's house, her mother would tell her that in our culture, the woman must die in their house. Like that's what they say. The woman's grave is in their in-laws' house. You get what I mean? So she has nowhere to run because she can't even run to her own mother's house because her mother is saying, go back to your house and die in your house. Who's going to take care of your kids when your own mother is saying, go and die in your house? And you are starting to hear voices because you are so depressed. You're taking depression and high blood pressure medication and you're a child. So if you can't get that protection from your own parents, who's supposed to protect you?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hectic. Hey, Coach G, welcome, darling. Lalo is having problems with her network. She's connecting and disconnecting today.
Oh yeah. Good evening, ladies.
Hi,
Am
darling.
I audible?
Yes, you are very audible.
Yes, hi. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for this amazing platform. It's for the first time actually I'm joining you.
Oh, welcome.
And I just want to add on what your in-law was saying regarding the self-awareness. And she also mentioned triggers, you know, because when we talk about self-awareness, we're talking about you as a woman being aware of your childhood traumas, you being aware of your triggers, you know, you being aware of everything, right? And yes, we went through a lot in terms of our parents who were not self-aware, who were chronic people pleasers, you know, because they wanted to belong and all that. However, it is our responsibility now as adults to heal. Yes, you know, we didn't choose for them to treat us like that.
Yeah.
But now as women, because I always say, no happy person can go and hurt another person.
Because when you're happy, you're
you
peaceful.
hurt a person because you yourself are not. Yes, just think about, I mean, we all have been happy at some point. And when you are happy, Madam Speaker, all you want to do is to love, is to give, is to nurture, you know, is to support. You know, that's because we are nurturers as women. You know, we are. I mean, it's the feminine energy that dominates in us. So we are nurturers and all that. But if you yourself, you are not okay within, even in your actions, you know, the way you react is going to be extreme. Because isn't it that you are reflecting what is within? So what I just want to say to us as women is that let's go back home, as in home to ourselves. Sure. You know, go back, and when we say, gee, who are you? You know, I'll be able to tell that I am Jemima, who grew up with a very low self-esteem. You know, for an example, I grew up with a very low self-esteem. I'm a very tall lady, and I was told that being tall as a girl is actually a bad thing. No man will marry you and all that. You know, I was told by my like old people who were supposed to support me, and I was not aware that growing up I was actually bitter and you know, not believing in myself and all that, until I started being intentional about healing. Because you see, I'm mentioning something like being tall, but that dented my confidence, that dented my self-esteem, and that caused me to become a people pleaser because I wanted to belong. You know, I don't know if my network is bad or what.
Now I'm hearing you. I don't know. Can you hear her?
No, you're good. You are saying the right thing. I like what you said about, as a woman, we need to go home. Go home to yourself. You are the home. You know what I mean? We are busy chasing purpose. I am the purpose. I am the purpose. Okay? And I said again, like, until you see yourself the way God sees you, if a woman can see herself, how God sees her, she will know that she holds the powers to her soul, to herself. And the moment you don't see yourself in that light, that means that you allow somebody to tell you who you are. And the person is gonna tell you who you are, how they see you fit, not how you see yourself. You see what I mean? So go home to yourself and unpack whatever trauma that you have. Get into
you know,
inside yourself. Write it down if you have to.
yeah,
Yeah?
you know,
And deal with it. Don't just unpack it, look at it, deal with it, sit with it, seek help if you need to seek help for it. What I mean, as a matter of fact, majority of us, we need help, and we need to seek help outside of ourselves. Majority of us, in order for us to get to where we need to be, and then you're gonna descend men completely and utterly, and then you're gonna replace that space with God.
Amen.
See what I mean?
Amen to that.
Then you'll be able to see. You will be able to see clearly.
Yeah. You know, Tima, I'm actually getting even emotional a bit. I remember this a couple of Sundays ago, because last month was Women's Month here in South Africa and a couple of other countries. I remember my pastor saying that we as women, that man makes me cry every time when he speaks. He said, we as women have given so much of our power to men, so much that men get to tell us what we are. Men get to tell us what makes us lose value. He's like, damn it, Adam was asleep when God was making Eve. So he wasn't even there. How is he now the one that must tell Eve what she is? Because he was fast asleep when she was being made. So a man can't tell. And we have allowed people to define us so much that we don't even know who we are for ourselves. We don't even know what this thing of going back home to yourself is. Sure. And when something like that was coming from a man, I'm like, who?
I know.
Yeah. Coach, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi. I'm welcoming back Coach G, because she had network issues. I don't know if maybe she's still.
Coach G, please come back and yeah. I'm sorry to. When she said we need to go home, that kind of hits me. Like we need to go home to ourselves. We are the home.
Yeah.
You know, you do not want to allow anybody to come and destroy your home. Why? Why do you want to allow somebody who does not help you to build that home? Why do you want him to destroy your home? Destroy you.
Yeah.
You, the home.
No, Coach G, we cannot hear you, because she's saying, can we hear her? We cannot hear you. I suggest that you you get off the live and then you request again to join. Yeah, I suggest you do that. Yeah, just reconnect. Yeah, I'll accept your request. Yo, Mpo, are you taking notes, my sister?
I'm listening, and I can relate to what the coach was saying. She became a chronic people's pleaser, because that's where I come from. That's where I come from, and we can take TikTok as just a social media, but to some of us, it really healed something within us. Seeing the content out how I see, and like people like what Dominic Zaka, his confidence kind of built up something in me too. Understand? We learn a lot from these social medias. I come from that place of being a chronic people's pleaser.
I think a lot of us actually, I think maybe every second person has suffered being a people pleaser, because I've also, I'm also coming from that. It's only a few people that I know who don't care a damn about whether people love them or not and whatever. I recovered from that. I can confidently say that I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm still pleasing people even now, but it doesn't hurt for me anymore. You get what I mean? I'm only pleasing people to a point where it's comfortable for me, and people that I know that me pleasing them is good for me. You understand? So it's never about the other person for me. It's always about me. Yeah, I know it's a good thing to do good by people, because sometimes you can even do a good gesture to somebody you don't even know, you'll never meet again. But you see the type of people pleasing that some of us are coming from. It's where you have to literally give everything you have until it hurts for you, until you have nothing left to give, until you are literally dying by trying to please other people. So that recovering from all of that. And also when you recover, because now the tricky part is that when you recover from all of that, you can go overboard to a point where you are just becoming like straight up evil or just heartless, and you don't even care about anybody anymore. So recovering and then coming back to just balancing it out to say, listen, I have boundaries now. I know that giving is a good thing. I love to give. I feel good when I give, because that's what the Bible requires of me. But at the same time, I'm not going to overdo it to a point where it's uncomfortable for me or it hurts for me. Coach, welcome back.
Yes, thank you so much. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Oh, great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I cut when I was talking about coming back home to self, you know, and because sometimes we just throw these words and not actually unpack them. That's why I was unpacking when you say a self-aware person is not necessarily a person who doesn't make mistakes, or you know, but be aware of your triggers. You know, be aware of, like, I was triggered by when a person will comment about someone who have something that they can't change, rather, because as a tall person I couldn't change my height. So if I hear someone say, "Oh, you are too dark skin," or "You are too this," I got triggered and I would react. But now, because of the healing work that I have done, you know, I'm reacting better. I'm not longer reacting even. You know, I just noticed that, oh, this person is talking about this. You know, another thing is that you allow. I read this guy's David Rico. I'm a lover of personal development books. So there's this book about David Rico. He talks about the 5 A's, right? What he talks about is, if growing up, for an example, you didn't receive attention, that is A number 1. You were not accepted. You were not appreciated. You didn't receive affection, and you were not allowed. Then you grow up, right? And I mean, those are the needs. And you didn't, let's say you didn't receive them from your caregivers. You're going to grow up with that, and then you get into a relationship. When you get into a relationship, you want too much of that, unconsciously, of course, because isn't it that you want to compensate what your parents and caregivers didn't give you? And then you find women becoming too attached extremely because, am I still audible, ladies?
You are audible. I'm the one with a problem here. My battery is dying. Let me just check the other one. Yeah.
Okay. So you find out now women wanting, that is why we lose ourselves in most cases when we get into relationships, because you want someone else to give you extra attention that you are not giving yourself. Yourself, as Madam Speaker, you find that you don't know who you are, but you expect your partner to know you. You are not accepting who you are, you know, but you expect the next person to accept you. You are not appreciating who you are. Look at the work that you are doing. Look at the life that you are impacting. We need to pause and take time and appreciate yourself, you as yourself, before us, your followers, come and say, "Oh, madam, we appreciate you." It starts with you, you know, and then you need to give yourself affection, and you need to allow yourself. Today, we have women who are exhausted in their relationship because we even lost the role of being the feminine beings that we're supposed to be. We do too much of the masculine work because we please. Remember, people pleasing is hard. It means you are doing something for people, you are thinking for them, you are pleasing them. That is too masculine. And then you end up losing yourself. That is why women, when they like, based back to your story that you're going to talk about tomorrow, for someone to push a person, it means that person, like, that is deep, you know, and that says a lot about herself.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That says, so yeah, the book title is How to Be an Adult in Relationships by David Rico.
Okay, David Rico.
How to be an adult.
How to be an adult.
Exactly, because we really.
Wow.
So honestly, my motto is, no happy person can hurt another person. So if you see yourself hating people extremely, ask yourself to say, where am I paining? Where am I hating? Why am I talking to Madam Speaker as if she's not my fellow sister? You know, because women together, Madam Speaker, we are powerful. Imagine all this womb coming together, creating this beautiful. I mean, we are powerful together, but we allow all these things to come between us. I always make an example about. Yeah, I always make an example about. Let's say, maybe for an example, there's a funeral at home. There's that one uncle who didn't have cover and all that. There's no money for burying him. I'm telling you, women are gonna come together and say, guys, this is the situation. How are we sorting this out? And we're gonna come together. I'll bring this. Let's donate this, and we will sort this out. That speaks to our power. But when it comes to lifting one another, then it becomes an issue because we are wounded. Yeah. So it is our responsibility to heal, beautiful women, because once you heal, your actions will mirror what is going on inside. Let us, especially as Black people, I'm a Black person, I'm Palani, especially as Black people, we don't really invest in working on ourselves. Like I said, I'm very intentional in terms of the kind of books that I teach and read because I want to build myself, When they say women are feminine beings, what do they mean? Because a woman is a husband or a partner who have a praying warrior. That it means we are in our feminine energy, because I have this thing, I don't know how to put it, you will help me to say, it feels like God hear us more than men. Sort of, we are that spiritual. But because there's too much of the healing that we need to do, there's so much of the negative beliefs, limiting beliefs even, that we need to let go of, then we fail to tap into the feminine energy. Hence the saying, behind every woman, behind every man, there's
behind every successful man, there's a woman. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You can pray for your husband that his business blooms like nothing, but that needs a self-aware and a healing woman, so that you can be able to tap into that feminine space and actually pray, for your husband. So today we are males in our relationships. We are pleasing them. We are taking bonds for them. We are buying cars for them, because isn't it that we are buying love? We are taking, like, when a husband, a partner, roof, there was a storm and the roof is gone. You are the first one to phone Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, can you please borrow me 20,000? I want to go and fix. We are not allowing them to tap into their masculinity, and we just use our
and also says Coach G, sorry to cut you there, and also they are also now at a point where they are comfortable with them not being masculine, because, well, if you are here and you want to be masculine, then do the honors, like give me the money.
Thank you. You are so right. They end up just sitting there. But because we are not designed like that, we get so exhausted.
We burn out.
We age very quickly. We are always angry. Our finances are getting messed up because, if you look at the three pillars, your health and your finances and your relationships, those are the core of our being. And if you are not well within, your finances are going to be affected. Your relationship is going to be affected. Your health is going to be affected. So, beautiful women, we can do a lot together. I love what you said when you say when we can come together as women, we can do a lot. I was about to say, how many times do we as women have an opportunity to have conversations like this, and each and everyone is able to open up wholeheartedly and say, listen, we are this woman, you trust her, you tell her all your problems, or you open up to this woman, hoping to find comfort or even advice, or even call you out if they have to, and they will comfort you at that moment, and then tomorrow everyone knows your business. And they even laugh about it at times. Or, hey, you won't believe you guys. Understand? Sometimes we as women, we are broken as we are because we can't even be there for each other. Without that.
Coach,
I'm saying tomorrow, you're a topic, I'm drinking tea in the neighbor's house. It's going to be
Coach said something very profound when she said that if you are a happy person, you can't distribute hatred or anger or anything like that. So for you to get to a point where you push somebody, push another, like you must have...
No way that her friends, the lady who those ladies who push that lady down, there's no way that her friends are genuine friends, because genuine friends wouldn't let you do that.
But also they went to jail together. They're sharing a cell, probably with Rosemary.
Sometimes women go get her, move on no man, that's your man. What? They should have sat her down and say, Maraga, this guy can know what's but instead, they were like, let's go get her. Why her? What about your husband or your boyfriend? Who is the reason why this lady is in your house at this moment?
And another thing I want to say about that, the lady that they push off the, sometimes, even when you are having friends, you need to be selective about what kind of friends that you are having, right?
Yeah,
and because again, the friend that follow the other friend, she might not even know her friend has such. Well, I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but both of them had to go to jail because they
Absolutely. Yes. You are the accessory to the whatever I mean. Of course, and that's what I'm saying. Like even we are now, because we are talking about romantic relationship now, right? Like even in a platonic relationship, like a friendship, female to female, right? You need the same discernment when you are having these friends too, as well, right? Because again, if I'm a friend to this lady now, and maybe I don't even know, or she told me like, oh, my boyfriend, you have somebody in the house, follow me. First of all, I hope I'm gonna have enough self-awareness to say, honey, I ain't built like that. I can't follow you there, honey. I hope that our children will have enough capacity in themselves to say, maybe it might not be a good idea, but I'll be able to do it. You see what I mean? Because again, this is my friend now. Because sometimes we are so loyal to our female friend, and then they're gonna drag us to help them. You know what I mean? Like if you tell me follow me to my boyfriend house because I think she has another girlfriend there, please God help me understand that this is not gonna be my battle to fight. Okay, and I'm gonna tell my friends to say maybe you shouldn't do it, but I won't be able to follow you there. That friend woke up that morning not knowing that there's a prisoner awaiting her because now she's about to make a choice that she's gonna regret for the rest of her. This is not her boyfriend. This is a boyfriend to a friend. The friend said, follow me, and then this friend follow her. Now she's in jail. Please, if you are that friend and you are sitting in the jail for the man that you didn't even have a taste.
Hey,
tell me. Are you kidding me?
my sister.
Because the girlfriend, at least the girlfriend, she's so territorial. She deserves what she gets. Me, the friend, I've never kissed your boyfriend. Okay? But I'm sick. I have never kissed your boyfriend. Why am I sitting in this jail? Why?
Maggie saying not even a lick. Not even a lick, my sister. You never even lick this boyfriend.
You see, those are the situations that you would never forgive yourself as long as you live. You will never forgive yourself for that. And we have to teach. You see, I'm so grateful to God that I'm raising my children in the mindset that I am today, not the mindset that I was 20 years ago. You see what I mean? Because that mindset is not even the same. They are not even close. Because I feel like I'm probably gonna be one of those friends, my 20 years ago or 10 years ago, to say, follow me, and say, yeah, let's go. Hey, and then 10 years later, I'm still sitting in that jail thinking, why will I follow? Yeah, that's a lesson.
Hey, I hear you. Guys, this is so sad, eh? Hi, guys.
That's powerful. And again, the beauty of being intentional about your self-awareness journey and your healing is that you will even be intentional about the kind of friends that you are keeping, because your circle needs to grow you, not, So that's the beauty of healing. All the parts of your life, they start to blossom, So like I said, for me, the only thing that will help us is to be intentional about working on ourselves. And like I said, as Black people, in most cases, we were not taught to invest and work on yourself. Go for therapy, get someone who will hold your hand, read this kind of books. Ladies, there's healing in books. I heard Tima talking about triggers. There's a book that calls Triggers. Maybe you can just note it. It's Triggers by David Ruko. It will teach you about what kind of triggers are you going through? How do you go to deal with those triggers? How do you stop reacting and start healing? I just mentioned another one, how to be an adult in relationships. I'm currently teaching another one about that, teaching us to heal our feminine energy. Like, there's a lot. We just need to be intentional about shifting the mindset, because we're gonna become better parents today. We're gonna become better employees. We're gonna become better partners. And there's another one. It's John. Who's the guy? I forgot. Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus. It's a very well-known book. What I love about that book is teaching us how to understand how men operate and how to understand ourselves, and vice versa. Even the partner needs to read that book, because when the John Gray, the author is John Gray. John Gray says women are like waves. One moment we are up, the next moment we are down, and that's true. We go into our periods, we get moody and all that, and that is a given of life. So you want to gonna be in a relationship with a husband who's gonna say, when you are so moody, one day you are happy, he's going to understand that, it's that time of the month, and maybe that's how you get affected. And again, he talks about how a man goes to the cave, meaning because men in nature, because they are masculine, they are solution orientated. A true man needs to go like, how do I solve this? They don't take things to their heart like we do. They take things to their mind, because they are solution, they are solution orientated. They are thinkers, and now we are more of feelers. So the more we understand who we are, and have a partner also who will have a teachable spirit, because they also need to deal with their nonsense, so that we can coexist beautifully. But it starts with us. It starts with us. Let us work on ourselves. Let us read books that are building us. Have someone who will hold your hand. Invest in yourself, so that you can let go of all that pain and become a better person for yourself and for your kids and for people around you.
For those who have already forgotten the names of the books that Coach G was speaking about, you are more than welcome to hop over to YouTube when we finish this live. Watch the whole thing all over again. When you get to 54 minutes, you take a notebook and write down the name of the books that she's been mentioning here, ne? So that at least we can be learned. Because I believe that knowledge never goes out of fashion, and you can tell that this person reads, and we can actually be a better nation just by reading. Okay. Thank you so much, Coach. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks, sis. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, Minabelle, it's my time. It's 8:10 in Riyao. I have to love you guys and leave you. I don't know if maybe there's anything else. Oh, by the way, please don't forget what we are speaking about today, because we're speaking about the hatred that we have for ourselves as women, to a point where we are willing to even incriminate ourselves all in the name of love, because we've not done the work, we've not healed ourselves, and we are literally just depending on other people to come and fill the void that we need to go back and heal from. Please don't forget to, for context of the topic that we're speaking about, don't forget to watch the episode. It's going to be airing tomorrow, featuring Osis Noneba, where she's going to be just sharing her journey. Her journey is quite long, she's been through stuff, but the highlight there was just that the fact that she was thrown from the 6th floor to the ground. So please do go over to YouTube tomorrow at 3 p.m. and watch that. And yeah, we shall see each other on the road. We shall meet on the roads, guys. And I love you so much, and I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Thank you so much, Coach G. Thank you. Stima, my sister-in-law, thank you very much. Mpo, my darling, thank you very much for being here. And also Lalo in her absentia, because she was trying to join in, but she couldn't. So sorry, babes. She says her network was bad.
Thank you for the beautiful topic.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome, sis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, good night.
Good night.